Hello everyone, my name is Albert. Once again, today we are going to talk about the hedge funds. So, what is a hedge fund and how to invest in it? That's a good question. Basically, hedge funds are the very big, huge mutual funds which are only open to the rich people because minimum investment is like 1 million. So, what is so famous about hedge fund? Um, Hedge fund basically very aggressive funds. They invest, for example, into developing countries like Pakistan. They're trying to work with different governments and different companies. And basically, they could invest into anything: land, real estate, I don't know, gold, diamonds, anything that brings a lot of money, basically. And they're very aggressive and therefore very risky. So now there has to change. Let's see what is the hedge fund associated with.
Okay, so you may think it's for the rich people like this guy smoking cigar from 19th century gentleman club, or it could be somebody like this guy smoking cigar and lighting it up with a $100 bill, or even this guy smoking cigar, relaxing in a gentleman club, drinking some whiskey or cognac, and doing his dirty business while investing his millions and making his millions. But let's get to the truth and see some top players and average players and not so good players for today markets. Those funds are not really well known, so I will just produce them for you. And here they are. Okay, so minimum investment in all of those funds is 1 million. It's right in here. And let's start from the bottom and go up. For example, Cantab Capital Partners Quantitative Fund is working with managed futures. Future is something like, for example, when you buy crop from the farmers and you say you buy it for $3 a bushel of wheat, for example. So you say it will be $3, and farmer knows whatever grows he will sell for $3. However, let's say market turn up to be $5. So you're good because you're making $2 a bushel of the wheat. However, if it will be some kind of overproduction and market goes down and it will be only $2 for the bushel of wheat, then you're actually losing. So it's kind of very risky, very speculative, but it could produce a lot of income. So this Cantab Capital Partners Quantitative Fund, it has 2.7 billion in asset and rose 12.46% through February, which is good. However, it fell 8% in 2015, and the annualized return is 8.4% since its inception in 2007. So it's not the worst, not the best, but it's something to consider. Another one is the Renaissance Institutional Diversified Alpha multi-strategy, meaning it's just investing into different strategies, different assets, just basically anything. Everything speculative and risk related. And what do we know about this fund? It's actually down 0.47% this year. However, since its debut in 2012, it's produced the annualized return of 9.81%, which is not bad. So it's something to consider. Another one, we're going to the Passport Special Opportunities Fund Ltd Class AA. So basically it's equity diversified global fund which invests globally into a lot of equities, basically stocks, which kind of makes sense because as stocks could go down in USA, they could actually go up in Finland or Switzerland or whatever, rise in China or Asian countries. So it's still risky but wise. And basically, what about this fund? It finished the year with 17.81% up. And also, since its inception of 2008, it's produced annualized return of 14.88%, which is much better than the previous one I just discussed. And let's go to the AHL Evolution Managed Future. Once again, it's dealing with futures, and I explained what is future and how to deal with it. It has a lot of assets, about 3 billion, commanded by Tim Wong, and it's gained 9.07% through February. Also, what is good about it, that since its inception in 2005, it's actually produced an annualized return of 15.45. And what is good about it, it could be bad years and good years, but on average, it's produced 15.45, so it's actually good. So let's go to the next one. Roy G. Niederhofer, Diversified Offshore Fund. Invests in a lot of offshore operation, probably drilling, etc. Anything located offshore, maybe islands, dealing with managed futures. I already explained what it is. It has 761 million, and it's actually led by Royal Niederhofer, which makes sense because that's a hedge fund that has his name in it, and it rose by 12.47% through February 17, and for year 2015 it ended up with 4.32%. And it may not seem a lot, however, it has a lot of potential because it produced annualized return of 18.73% since its inception in 1995. And the last one, which is the top of the list, is Conquest Macro Fund Ltd Managed Future. Once again, I explained what the futures are, and it only has 206 million in it while doing systematic short-term trading, basically doing a lot of short-term trading of stocks fund, and this fund is led by Mark Malik. It rose by 21.7% through February and ended up with only 2.28% in 2015. However, since its inception in 1999, the fund has produced the annualized return of 20%, 20.04%, which is about 20%, which is very good because on average, through the bad years and worst years, on average, I repeat, the annual return is about 20.04%. So it basically is the top of the list. And the last fact about the hedge funds, that even though the minimum investment is still 1 million and it's basically for the rich people, actually some of the hedge funds not mentioned in this list fought to decrease it and to be open for the so-called poor people. So the minimum investment is 100,000 or 10,000, but unfortunately those hedge funds probably not the best performers, so they did decrease the minimum investment for a good reason. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like my channel, as always, put thumbs up, subscribe, and leave your comments or question, and I will reply. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later. Bye bye.